Hey YouTube, Chloe here, and welcome back to another video. So I wanted to talk about a recent Instagram post made by Harlem rapper ASAP Ferg, and the Instagram post was a PSA and a well-meaning message about women accepting themselves, what they were born with, and for women to find a way to be happy with themselves as they are. And what ASAP Ferg did was a good thing. More men with a platform need to do it because we all have seen plastic surgery and the quote-unquote enhancement game go too far. Women are losing limbs, dying in back alleys, traveling to foreign countries, and dying on surgery tables for the BBL and the mommy makeover. And in many cases, a lot of plastic surgery ends up doing more harm than good because the final results can look exaggerated and botched. And with plastic surgery, there's a lot of maintenance fees and upkeep that costs money. So what we are witnessing is what I call, because of social media, what I call peak exploitation of women's insecurities, especially when it comes to surgery and enhancements, because women are trying to look perfect. Women are being groomed like never before to look a certain way. Now, your average everyday woman loves when a male celebrity uses his voice or his platform to validate and reassure women with the message of accepting themselves and their natural bodies. There's this idea that natural bodies should return to being the standard, that natural bodies should be promoted over surgically enhanced and plastic-filled bodies. People are wondering, will natural bodies ever come back in style? And then some women cry BS and say that having surgery is a personal choice and that it's their money and that it's their business. However, we all know that these kinds of love yourself and accept yourself social media messages from men are highly triggering and divisive for women because they don't really touch on the nuances of why women are motivated to hop on the surgery table. So let's look at the big picture here, because there are a lot of overlooked reasons as to why women will never stop getting plastic surgery. And those overlooked reasons are what I want to talk about today. So let's start with the obvious reason, right? The main reason why women go under the knife, when you take the emotion out of it all, is supply and demand. The demand to look a certain way comes from men, and the women supply it. Men of means expect their women to look good and to look attractive because a woman's looks is reflective of a man's success level. A man of means is not going to marry an unattractive, busted, hefty bag, regular looking chick that reminds him of struggle. Are there exceptions to the rule? Absolutely, but they're the exception, not the rule. Most men, even your quote-unquote regular good guys, are going to want the baddest chick that they can find according to the lifestyle that they can provide. So, aside from supply and demand, when it comes to surgery, there's the issue of being publicly picked apart when you don't look a certain way, especially when you're a celebrity. Women are assaulted every day with how they're supposed to look. So as a woman, you can have a heart of gold, you can be educated, you can have a brilliant mind, you can be a great talent, you can have a great personality. But if you're built like a small house or a traffic cone or a cinder block or a refrigerator, a Christmas stocking, or a deep freezer, you will be dragged. Because when it comes to a woman's looks, people can and will be very judgmental and cruel, especially women. Women are mean girls, especially when it comes to other women and how they look. In the public eye, if a woman doesn't fit a certain look, all bets are off and her worth is basically put in a trash can. Another reason why women go under the knife is attention. It is in a woman's nature and her wiring to want attention. It is in a woman's nature to play up her vanity. Women like attention and they like adoration. And women, even though they don't like to admit it, are by hypergamous nature competitive and comparative. This is where a lot of the jealousy and envy inside of women tends to flourish. You know, women don't like to see other women get shine over them. Women don't like to see Tatianas prosper, right? Hoes and strippers prosper. Women don't like to see these kinds of women have access to a pedestal. So when men like ASAP Ferg say, love your little booty, love your fupa, love your flat chest, a lot of women at their core do not believe men. Women are very perceptive. They see what gets a man's attention. Men might say one thing, but they're always doing another. And women are always comparing and contrasting themselves to the next woman. This is what women do. This is just what we do. This is why women are considered catty and petty and drama filled and filled with chaos, because it is in our nature to compete for attention from men. No woman wants to be ignored. No woman wants to be invisible. And all women want to be considered a first round draft pick, even if she's ugly. No woman wants to be considered basic as fuck, unattractive, bottom shelf, or even worse, ignored, which is why you need to subscribe to this channel. Forgive my F-bomb, because it is in a woman's hypergamous nature to want the best for herself. And lastly, we are living in a time where women can monetize attention. Never mind the morality police. This is about dollars and cents. Monetizing attention is a legitimate business model. Getting attention is a legit hustle and a viable way to make bank. And we've seen it. A woman can flip that body attention from the stripper pole to diet teas and waist trainers to Fashion Nova to a reality show to a rap career. So surgery is a woman's way to stand out, to make money. Why? And you will always hear me say this on my channel, because life costs money. And money is a huge motivating factor when it comes to surgery and enhancements, because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, especially if a woman is in debt, like most Americans are, credit cards and student loans, or has a child to feed or children to feed. She's going to do whatever it takes to get that thirsty man to pay. So never mind what men say. What do men pay for? Because the men who say they prefer natural beauty are usually broke men, or they're the men who don't have the coins to get the woman that they really want. These are the men who complain about hair weave and wigs and makeup on women because they can't afford it. And this is something that I need my listeners, my female listeners, to really hear as well. Whether a woman's butt is real or fake doesn't really matter to men. Men as a whole really don't care about real or fake. What they care about is that it looks believable. That's it. As long as it looks believable to a man, it will deliver results. So this idea of authenticity been out the door, because if a man cared about it being real or fake, we wouldn't have the Kardashians, the black men who validate the Kardashians, right? Amber Roses of the world, Nicki Minaj, or Cardi B, or the countless Tatianas on the gram who get these dusties to slide into their DMs and pay for what they want. So if a woman has the money, she's going to do whatever she can to compete and not be forgotten. That is why the Instagram thoughts do what they do, because monetizing attention from men has never been easier. There is a particular body shape that men respond to, and ego is ego is ego. So a woman is going to do whatever she needs to do to stand out in an overcrowded marketplace. And your moral code don't dictate nothing when it comes to competition and succeeding in capitalism. So that's all I have to say on this for now. Of course, a woman should have self-esteem and self-confidence. Of course, a woman should love herself, but this is the Wild Wild West. There are no rules, and there's no such thing as fair or equality. There's just competitions, because trust and believe that if men could find the pill or the potion to make themselves taller or to make their eggplants bigger, they'd be on a 10-year wait list for Dr. Miami too. So stay tuned for more videos to come, and I will catch up with you in the next one.